Welcome to everybody who's watching. This is the Focus Point Podcast, and I am Michael X. This whole podcast is about answering questions and talking about subjects that are not often talked about. So we're going to talk about. And it's not only me today or ever. We're a team. It's a team effort. But I would like to introduce my two co-hosts. First, my lovely co-host, Nefertiti.
Hey everybody, how you doing?
How you doing?
How are you?
I'm great.
Good.
And we have our other co-host, James.
What's up, baby?
How you doing,
James? What happened, Mike?
I'm good.
Boy, you ready to piss somebody off today, ain't you?
I think so. Yeah, the subject we're going to be talking about today is a little bit, maybe you'll say controversial, a little bit, it might ruffle some feathers. Let's just say that. But the subject is, or the topic is, or modern women more comfortable or more confident today than they were in the past? For instance, are your brothers and sisters and cousins more comfortable now, or were your grandparents more comfortable? Just to add a little bit of perspective. And I'm just going to throw my 2 cents out there. I say no. I think the modern women is not as comfortable as the women of the past. There are many reasons for that, and I'm sure we're going to get to all that in this podcast, but I would definitely say 100% hands down, no.
Why you say that, Mike? Why would you say that? Why?
Number one, first thing, filters. I remember just looking at my grandmother's photo album and pictures of the past. And I don't know if the younger people out there know what a Polaroid is, but this was just a picture, with film, when dinosaurs used to roam the earth, way, way back in the day. But they used to have film, and you had to actually take these negatives into a print room and print them up. And that was one take. Win, lose, or draw, snap, and that was it. And those ladies seem pretty happy with that. Nowadays, I know of women that have hundreds, almost thousands of pictures in their phone, and they are afraid to release those pictures. And even if they do release 1 or 2 of them, it has like 8 filters on top of it. So that's my one piece of evidence right there. Now I'll get to other things, but let's hear what you two have to say about that.
What you think, Shakira?
Well, okay. I want to say thank you I'm actually a team. We all a team here. I'm Nefertiti. Thank you for having me on this night. Wow, that's a really great question. I'm going to say this. I'm going to say that I feel like any woman, if they're comfortable, whatever that means, if you're comfortable with doing whatever you want to do, by all means do it, whatever that makes you happy, right? But with the filters, I'm old school, so I can understand what Michael X is saying as far as with the filters. Back in the day, we did not have a button that we could just press and pick which one that looks better to us, right? We did what we had to do. But of course, technology is the way it is right now. It's 2022, and even back in a few years prior to 2022, it's been filters. But Michael, I want to ask you a question. When you
Yes.
say now, do you mean filters, just filters, or do you mean makeup or anything that contribute with that as well on top of the filters? That's what I wanted to ask you.
Well, in the modern day, filters are the only thing that have changed. Like, for instance, makeup was always a thing. I mean, women
Mhm.
always wore makeup. So I don't think that makeup would necessarily tie into a modern woman thing. I mean, my grandmother wore makeup, and I'm sure my great grandmother wore makeup, but they
Mhm.
definitely weren't on Snapchat, and they definitely didn't have bunny ears in any of the pictures that I ever saw them in. So that's what makes it modern. And the fact that I don't remember my grandmother ever saying, "Oh no, I don't like that Polaroid. Don't put that in a photo album because I don't look good, or one of my strands of hair is out of place. So don't tear that picture up and just throw it away." You know, they just took it. Even if they said, that wasn't really a good picture, throw it in there anyway. And that just shows the confidence that goes along with the happiness. They just took the picture and they were fine with it. But makeup, I don't think that has anything to do with anything. As
You
far
talk
as
about filters, okay? Well, with
filters
the
are a modern thing.
Like
yeah,
like like social media type filters.
Yes,
Okay.
Snapchat is the biggest.
I'm on Snapchat. See, like I do have social media and stuff like that, but I don't have like the Snapchat and all that other stuff. I personally don't. Um, I think it goes a lot to do with technology, so social media. What we have right now, we have a thing where we call a button where we could just be on our phones and just easily to press these buttons and stuff like that and make ourselves, I guess, more appealing in people's eyes. I don't know what that means, but I do understand what you're saying as far as are the modern women more comfortable, or the women of today are more comfortable? I can only speak for myself. I am comfortable. I don't look at magazines and the social media. We have all these pictures of people who are, with these filters on, stuff like that. I don't really do that. Yes, I do wear little to none makeup, but I don't believe in altering your appearance. I don't. I really understand it myself, and hopefully, you guys can kind of help us understand what it's about. And this is why we have this podcast, because we want to really know why why is it so that we are having these filters. And I understand what you're saying again, Michael, because I'm on Facebook, social media, and I see beautiful women, in my opinion, beautiful younger women, and there's one particular one that stands out to me, because this was something that was in my brain for a year now. Why does this particular woman always wear filters? Well, the filters. You are beautiful the way you are. You don't need to do that. You know what I'm saying? So I do feel like there is something going on with the maybe the self-esteem, or the definitely with the self-esteem. And I think that it has a lot to do with what they see probably every day. You got a lot of the younger generation, our generation, older and younger, mostly, that we on social media, we click, we see these beautiful so-called women that's on TV or whatever have you, with the implants, with the injections, whatever have you. I'm more old school of, loving who you are. Like, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? If you don't love me of who I am, I don't want your love. You know what I'm saying? I want people to love me, for my personality, for my character. And then if anything else you love on top of that, it's a bonus, right? But other than that, it doesn't mean anything to me. But I can't agree with what you're saying as far as with the filters. Yeah, it's kind of gotten out of hand.
I would agree. Just to add on to that, I believe filters were intended as a good purpose, just like with most things. But what does it turn into? The intent is usually never what it turns into. Now it's to make yourself into a brand new creation and not even look like yourself. And that's where the whole mental thing starts happening, where it's now a self-esteem thing. Instead of enhancing your beauty like makeup used to do, now people can't take a picture, or I would say younger ladies can't take a picture without a filter. They don't feel good enough for some reason. And I think the intent has never been what it's supposed to be. We just skipped over that. And now it's its own big monster. But what do you have to say, Mr. P?
Well, it's two-sided with me when it comes to this modern women thing. When I think of modern women, I think of millennials. The younger group of people. And when you say confidence, I say it's two different kinds of confidence when it comes to the different women. Now, the older women, when it comes to confidence, I'm with Neffy. It's who you are. It's your inner beauty. It comes out. This is me. Love me as I am, or just leave me alone. That's with the older women. Now, confidence in these millennial women, they don't care, man. They don't care. I mean, they would show it all. They would. It's like they're bold. They're bold with it. Their confidence is just out of control confidence. You know what I mean? Then this filter thing you just added with it. They want to be. Not trying to throw Kim Kardashian under the bus and nothing like that, but they want to be a Kim Kardashian. They want to be people that they aren't. Be yourself, and so that's kind of my opinion on it. I think there's two different types of modern women. Confident wise, I think there's two different types of confidence. Older women, they love themselves inside and out. The younger girls, they're more bold with it. It's like, wow, it scares me, bruh. I'm afraid to speak to a younger woman than I am an older woman, simply because the younger girl probably eat me up, man. I mean, they just so aggressive. You know what I mean?
Phenomenal.
See what I'm saying? They're just so aggressive. They come at you.
They're aggressive. They're aggressive.
Yeah, they are. I mean, they tell you what they want, how they want it, when they want it, and if you don't get it, they're gonna take it. You know what I mean?
But what's wrong with communication?
Right. And again, like with the older women, what's wrong with, let's go to dinner, let's talk. Let me.
Well, yeah, communication.
Right. Let me learn a bit more about you. Let me be the aggressor.
No, I understand that.
Right.
Yeah.
Let me come to you. Now, when you come to me, brother, look here, man. I don't like that. I gotta get out of Dodge, man. I don't like that. So.
But let me ask you a question, James. So you don't like it if a woman was to know what she wants, knows when she wants it, and she communicates that to you, not in a broad matter, but just communicating like, I want this, I want that. You saying that it turns you off, like it kicks you back a little bit.
Yeah, let's say now there's a difference. Let's say we've been kicking it 2 or 3 months, right? Going out having fun together, and then this particular moment, that's how you come at me. This is what I want to do tonight, so on and so forth. But if I met you day one, day one, and you come at me like that, I'm running.
Oh, well, that's understandable.
I'm
Because
running.
you already there, you're able to distinguish what you want, what you don't want, and you ready to cut it off or whatever have you. I respect that.
Yeah.
Michael, what you say?
Yeah. Well, nowadays that seems to be more of the club scene. What I see a lot today is most younger women being more insecure than ever before. Now,
Insecure. I'm sorry, Mike. Insecure. How? I mean, to me, they seem more secure in themselves because they're bolder.
They are very
They're bolder.
well, here's the whole point. Do you remember in high school where you had those the in chicks, the in girls, the girls that everybody wanted to date? Okay, you had those. Those were the popular girls. Those were considered the pretty girls, the beautiful ones, right? Okay. Now those are about, in my calculations, this is just me saying this, but in my calculations, that's about 10% of women in high school that got attention from all types of guys on every doggone team. Just to let you know, 80 to 90% of women did not get that. So it's the same thing today. The women that were not cheerleaders are highly insecure. Whereas the women who were cheerleaders and who got all that attention, you're just seeing them in one closed space on Snapchat and TikTok doing their thing because they were the popular chicks. Like, for instance, popular women who got a lot of attention in high school, they're not going to post that men are actually in my DMs. Men are actually paying me attention. Oh, these guys are thirsty. They're not going to say that because they're used to men doing that. But we're talking about that's a small percentage. Most women, I would say to the tune of 80 to 90%, they're not used to that type of attention. All of a sudden they put on a filter and guys are like, oh my God, I love you. And they don't really know how to handle that attention. And they're kind of taken back by it when you meet them in real life. Now, everybody has some type of, I guess, set of balls when it comes to social media because you're not seeing them face to face. But when they take off the filter and they go out there into the real world, you see the real them. And the ones who did not receive that attention from men or boys in their younger years, they are still insecure in their later years. I would say 20s and 30s.
Wow.
Well, I would like to piggyback off of what Michael said. Michael, so when you said the 10% that were the popular ones, right? They were the ones that got attention, whatever. I was not considered the popular ones, but I years later found out that these people, like boys like me, that I didn't even know. You know what I'm saying? Back then. But with those 90% of women, of young girls, and they grew up to become women, right? A lot of them are, we're still in that adolescent stage. We're still in that, we're growing. We got a lot of things going on. And those women actually become more appealing in their adult lives. And that 10% that you were speaking of, those women are more the ones that, you know what I'm saying? That's my experience. It's the opposite of what you.
Well, here's the whole thing. Finish what you were saying. They kind of, what again?
But the 90% of women that you was talking about, well, when you're going into that school, that school stage, you're going through a lot of adolescence, a lot of puberty, a lot of stuff, and we don't like this, we don't like that about ourselves, stuff like that, and then we don't really become to the woman that we're going to be until we kind of have some experience in life. We're still young, after college. and then after we're more established in the woman that we're going to that we're heading to be, and then that's when we become these queens that we are. A lot of us are, and so um, with that being said, I feel like us having this conversation right now, women are very much confident than you
So,
think.
so, so, so make sure I'm understanding what you're saying, Neffy. It's more of it's more of the separation. It's more of the leaving the nest type thing. You use the
Well, just like how we say the males, the young males, the females mature faster than the males. I don't know the statistics of it, but I've heard it all my whole life. Okay, I've heard it my whole life. In my experience, yes, I do believe that females we do mature a little bit more faster than the males, whatever have you. But I just think that even with that being said, as far as being comfortable with who we are going to be or who we're going in to be, I think that takes time because, like you said, we always, even back in the day, like now, they have social media, they have videos. Back in the day, we only had like videos, you know what I'm saying? We only had videos and these women that were beautiful, and that's what we wanted to kind of be like. Back in the day, I love Janet Jackson. Like I wear all black now because of it.
yeah.
But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That
and just taking that and just taking what you're saying, that goes back to what I was saying about the Gen X and the millennials. During your time, that makes a lot of sense, but the millennial women, it's they don't found themselves. They don't found themselves because they know what they want. You see what I'm saying? And that's the difference to me. That's the difference. The
oh, that's fun. This is a learning experience because I
right.
need to know.
Right. So that's what the difference is, and in my opinion, compared to these younger girls, man, it's wild. It is wild.
I only have a teenage daughter, but she's not. She hasn't hit that plateau yet.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I can. You know, like I said, each year that I always say, each year that goes past us, we get to be in a new year, 2022. It's always something new. It's always something that's going to be different.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day when we were young and we would listen to a certain type of music, our parents or our grandparents or the older generation that was older than us said, "That ain't music. What is that? That's trash. This was music." And we'd be looking like, "No, we listen to their music." We're like, "Oh." You
Yeah.
know, different strokes for different folk.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about our own individual experiences. Like I said, my experiences, I'm back in the day, I'm old school. Um, Probably right along with you, 6 times as far as age wise. Don't say it, but I can say like I'm and I was brought up in up north. You know what I'm saying? And it was instilled in us, even though a lot of times religion came a part of my life too, but I'm not religious now. But I feel like a lot of the artists and stuff like that, and where I live, that probably played a big part of it, of why I feel I feel confident within myself. So I do see uh, a derail of what Michael was talking about as far as what's happening here. This is something that we're not used to seeing because we have been um, on another rail, another place, another plateau as far as like life, whatever. But now we're getting older, and the younger generation's getting older, and they doing their thing. They doing a TikTok, they doing their dance, all that stuff. And be like, wait a minute, like even me, I'd be like, that's not dancing. Back in the day when we was dancing, that was dancing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sounding like I said before, the parents and the grandparents of back in the day. Like I'm looking at it like, yeah, we having a huge problem here because back in the day we danced, and when you see the little TikTok thing, they be doing little thing. That's not dancing. Back in the day we danced.
Right.
So I just think that it's just our own personal experiences. technology plays a huge part of what is going on with the filters because all you gotta do is press the button,
Yeah.
and you can be looking your looks or whatever could be deterred. So where's
Yeah.
Michael at?
So we the
There you
we the
go.
new
Hey, Michael.
so we the new old, huh? We the new old. But I was having this conversation with Michael earlier this week about modern, exactly what we mean about modern. All right. I remember my mom, and this was an interesting conversation I had with Michael, and it just blew my mind. Mike, go ahead and if you will, go ahead and because I don't want to misquote you, man. Go ahead and if you can remember the conversation about the cooking thing, you know.
Well, I'll just put it to you like this. Can everybody hear me?
Yeah,
Yes.
I got you loud and clear.
Okay. Yeah. First things first, talking about my mom and my family, that's going to be about an 8-hour podcast on its own. But I'll try to
8 hours, yeah.
I'll try to keep it short here. But no, my mother is not a cook. She is 70 something years old and she does not cook. She does not clean. She is a woman with a master's degree, and she don't need no man. And she's happy to probably tell anybody that. I don't think that that's a secret at all for anybody that knows her. So
And
as far as this modern woman thing, now filters don't apply to her at all. So filters are out of it. But as far as the cooking and cleaning, no, she never has in my entire life done that. Ever.
So
that
at
just
all.
blew my mind, Shakira. That blew my mind because my mom, may she rest in heaven. My mom's around the same age, and my mother, she's a Southern girl, and
just vaping. I'm listening to you.
and she throws down, man. She Monday through Friday, Sundays, big dinner. She threw down, and then it just blew my mind when I heard Mike say, our mothers the same age, and his mom don't. It's two different worlds. You know what I mean? And it was just hard for me to believe. And I said, you know what? When I talk to Neffy, I'm gonna ask her about her mother. Did her mother cook or things like that? So Neffy, what's your insight on that?
Do my mom? She cooked. You know what I'm saying? She worked well. When I turned 10 years old, whatever happened with the situation happened. But my mom always cooked. When she wasn't home, my sister did a lot of the things and picked up a lot of the housework, whatever have you. But my mom cooked. Yeah, she did. She cooked. And so,
That shocked me. And I say, Mike, no. I say, your mom? And he was like, yeah, man. And then I thought maybe it's a regional thing. See, my mother's a Southern girl, Mike from Jersey, so I thought maybe
with it.
Okay.
Because like I said, my mom cooked. I know my friends I grew up with from Jersey, you know what I'm saying? Like
they were at Jersey already, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
exactly. Like they cook, they cook. And so going back to what Michael was saying, as far as modern day women do cook. Those are the things.
I don't know about that one. I don't know about that, Neffy. These young girls don't cook.
I just cooked today. I cooked some garlic butter steak and some potatoes.
You consider Gen X. You're not considered millennial. These millennial women don't cook.
You said what? Say that again?
I said these millennial women, they don't cook. If it ain't TikTok, if it ain't Instagram, if it ain't red bottoms, they don't want to hear about it.
hear that, lady?
Yes, I would have to agree with James. I
Yeah.
have to agree.
Yes,
But
man.
Nefertiti, you
Okay,
know,
so back to what you were saying. But the back in the day women, Michael's mother was a professional woman, all right, and I can vouch for that because Michael and I, we go back since Kitty, you know what I'm saying, and we was doing our thing. We grew up in church. We grew up in church, and so yes, he was a very educational woman, very professional woman, and I didn't know these things until we linked up as adults. And he was like, "No, Shakira, it was like this. It was like that." I mean, no Nefertiti. It was like this. It was like that. And
you said it.
yeah, and I was like, "Wait, what? What?" It was shocking to me too. So, do you feel like it's doesn't matter of what generation or what baby, if you're a baby boomer, if you're a millennium, if you're a generational X or whatever have you, it's where you come from.
I guess. I mean, I don't know. My wife is a professional woman, but when she get home, she throwing it down. I mean, it's to the point where I have to tell her, I said, baby, you ain't got to do that. You can chill. But that is what she wants to do. You
Yeah.
know, she throws down. So I guess it's a preference thing. You know?
Yeah.
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 I guess it's a
What you
preference.
think, Michael?
Yeah. Well, I just think it's from each individual family. I think putting out videos like this and letting people know your story will show everybody if you're in a minority or if you're in the majority. I don't know if I'm in the minority or majority. I know amongst my friends, I'm definitely in the majority from people who came from North New Jersey. Our mothers didn't cook. We got money to go to McDonald's or Burger King or KFC or some pizza shop or some store. We grew up on potato chips and fast food and ice cream. All this home cooked meal. I mean, my grandmother actually did cook. Both of my grandparents on both sides cooked. But no, as far as I would say from baby boomers on, and people are thinking that it's a new woman thing. And I'm like, well, if it's such a new woman thing, where did these younger women learn how to be like that? They learned
That's
it
a good
from,
question. That's a
they
good
learned
question.
it from, because, you know, media can only do so much and teach so much. At a certain point, you have to have a hands-on experience of somebody teaching you stuff like that. And I believe that from where I came from, Newark, New Jersey, a lot of women were taught to, you don't have to care about cooking or cleaning. And I don't really care about cooking so much because I mean, I only eat one meal a day, just to throw that out there. But cleaning, come on, you got to be able to clean. I can't be a man and I'm cleaner than you. That's not acceptable. That's actually aggravating. So they had to learn it from somebody. And I think that they learned it from women like my mother.
Yeah.
And it was pushed on them and it was made to seem normal.
Thank you.
And now the generations who lived through it are talking about it. And we like, hell no, that was not normal and we didn't like it. And I wish I had somebody like my grandmother at home.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know, Mike. But yeah, I wonder where this and we're not being women basher, nothing like that. I help the days that I'm home and my wife had a long day at work, you know, I cook, clean the kitchen. You know, one thing I'm lacking is washing the clothes, you know. And I think she keep me away from that because after I dry them, I just throw them in the basket. But she folds them. I don't fold it. I say that's just a waste of time. Why are you folding the clothes when you're gonna iron them anyways? So why don't you just throw them in the basket? And she think that's the most stupidest thing that came out my mouth. So,
I don't think it's about. I'm sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
Nothing about women bashing because, of course, you know, especially with men, and particularly black men has a stigma too. You know, a lot of things of not being great husbands, not being great fathers, walking out on the, you know, on responsibility. So I wanted to make sure I put that out there. It's not about that. We're not trying to bash nobody. We're just trying to speak our truth. It's not about your truth because your truth might be different from our truth.
Right.
It's all about our experiences. You know what I'm saying? Because I do know there's great black women out there representing, being the best they can be. There's a great black men out there being the best husbands and best fathers that they could be. So, but we do know the stigma, and we do know that yes, it happens. It is happening now where both parties probably are lacking. You know what I'm saying? And this is why we having this conversation because it does we all come from different experiences. And like I said, my experiences is different from your experiences, and Michael X experiences different from Jane's experiences. So it's not about pointing fingers or anything like that. I just want to definitely let that be known.
And we're just trying to figure out the it's almost like the LeBron James and Michael Jordan comparison. We're just trying to, as far as the you know, the older women, the women in the past compared to the women of today, as far as their confidence level, because you know, you do have a lot of this, you know, fake booties and boobs and filters, and you know,
it's bad. You know?
Yeah, when you know you're already beautiful, you know, so why and go and what makes you feel less than that for you to go out and enhance yourself like that? So I guess that's the question that I'm trying to find an answer to.
Well,
I think it starts from home. It starts from your environment. It starts from that because it starts from your home because your parents, like I said, your parents, the people who your overseers is going to make sure that you're loved unconditionally and is going to give you all the love you can. So when you do go out in that world, whatever, you feeling more confident now. However, yes, I think we all go through insecurities.
Yeah,
that's not what I'm saying is abnormal at all. Yes, we do. We all do. Y'all do. These handsome actors and models and actresses and actors and actresses, they have went through their shit. Excuse me.
You're fine. Be you,
baby. You. They went through their insecurities too. They all do. But when it gets to the point of that, of where you gotta do that, like I said, I wish that we can have somebody on the panel, and you guys are more than welcome to come on. And if you want to base your opinion, please do, because we want to learn more about it. Because I do know it comes to the point where it is peer pressure. Some too, and want to keep up, as they say back in the day. Us old folks, we know that saying, keeping up with the Joneses. Okay, so keeping up with the Joneses. Today's keeping up with the Joneses is making sure you got this, you got that. You know, I never had no problem with none of that. You know what I'm saying? So I never had to even think about that. But when I see beautiful women doing it, is it wrong of me to question them if it makes them happy?
No, that's what we're trying to find out. What is the cause of that? What did that come from?
Well, because that's what they see every day. They see that on social media. They see that on videos. They see that in movies. They see that in Instagram. They see it constantly. And the men that maybe that they feel like in their era is that's what they want to. So they probably feel like, okay, if I do this and if I do that, that's going to get me the attention. Unfortunately, I'm just guessing.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this. Okay. I'm going to ask both of you this. If you see a guy who is constantly bragging about himself, would you say that guy is insecure or secure?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's hard to say. It could be both.
He could be conceited because I think I'm a beautiful. But look, you see me?
No.
You see me? I think I'm a stallion.
No, I'm talking. No, but James, you don't.
My brother, you.
Here's the whole point. You're not saying that all the time. I've talked to you. We've talked on the phone. You're not saying that all the time.
So you
Now,
saying
if a,
you saying a guy that's saying it constantly?
I'm just asking a question. If a guy
And
is bragging on
they
himself constantly,
do it. Some do it.
okay, is that guy insecure or not?
James, you answer this one, dude.
I'm gonna have to say no, Mike. He just conceded. I think he just conceded.
And if you take him to any psychologist, they will tell you that conceit is trying to hide insecurities.
Now
That's how it goes.
I think
That's
insecurity
how it
would
goes.
be. I think insecurity would be for a guy, in my opinion, is if your wife, let's say your wife, your girlfriend, they want to step out, hang out for a while, right? And this guy he has a problem with that. He has a problem with her going out and enjoying herself. To me, that's insecurity to me. I mean, you don't have enough confidence or security in yourself not to know that she would go out and play you like that. So
But yes,
that's insecurity to me.
that's a form of it. The only
Mhm.
thing I'm saying is when guys do certain things, correct? It is very easy for people to look at it and say, that's insecurity. A guy buys he can't afford it now, but he goes out and buys the latest Mercedes, that year's Mercedes. It's like, what are you compensating for? Especially if you're not a CEO or, really have that type of money. It's insecurity. Here's the whole point. Forget about the question. The thing is, I think women are doing a lot of things out of insecurity. And people are thinking that they're more secure. If you have to constantly show your ass in every picture, if you have to constantly put
Well, let me tell you something. I'm gonna stop because I'm gonna let you talk about. I like to show my figure. Is all you know. What I'm saying it's nothing. It's not about.
you don't do that. You don't do that. But okay.
I like to show this.
No. I'm talking. I will show you some Instagram pictures, and I'll be like, "This is what I'm talking about." I'm talking about 100 pictures of
I have to
Dom.
talk beer.
Huh?
I say not beer tail, but
That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about, hey, I have pants on, but look at how these pants fit me. No, I'm talking about Instagram.
Yeah.
I'm talking about showing off all the time. Of course, if you got it, flaunt it. But I think a lot of the stuff that women are doing now is hitting an insecurity.
I think
when you have
Michael, I'm going to stop you right there for respectfully. We all have that, but that's just like saying men have insecurity hugely as well when they start abusing their women because they women want to further their education or they want to have make their own business or they have a hobby that they want to do and they feel like they want to do this
or make more money than them.
Or in their eyes, they want to become something best in their husbands or men's eyes as greater or more important than what they're doing. So
I'm not disagreeing with that.
They abuse them, they physically abuse them, they kill them. So you saying women?
I'm not disagreeing with you at all.
I'm just saying. I just wanted to say that, like it's both genders, both.
Of course. That's what.
It's on male and female because, and even I'm going to say more so not female, but more so on a male. It's more serious because a lot of these men, and yes, a lot of women do this too. They are taking women out.
Yes, I'm not disagreeing with you. Here's the whole point. The disagreement is coming with.
This is the least concern of what is going on as far as the of confidence. I just think that, in my opinion, it's the least. It's like we got more serious things going on when it comes to male and female. Just because a person want to look a different way, do you? You know, I'm too busy on my day to really focus on why she got her makeup and her filters on. You know, yes, I see it. Yes, I see these beautiful women. I stated it before. Beautiful women, you can do, but to me, it's not no concern of me. It's not doing nothing for me. If that makes them feel good, go ahead and do you, boo. You know what I'm saying? Like, do what you gotta do. My main thing is like just not having it set to the point where it's like you are with someone and the person is feeling intimidated because you look a certain way, because you're doing things. You got women that be on social media that post pictures, they men don't like it, you know what I'm saying? Or vice versa.
And
They
that's
men
and
don't
that's
like
part of
what
the
they
insecurity.
women are doing. Like, you
That's
know,
part of the insecurity. Nephew.
I think it's an insecurity issue more than anything on both ends.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
uh,
Just
from a
remember,
guy's perspective, if you don't look like your filter shows that you look, that's not fair to me. Because I
Well,
look at
you say so.
and I'll be like, oh man, she gorgeous. Then when I see her in person, she look like a booger bear. I say, you ain't the girl that I saw on Instagram.
yeah.
I'm laughing
Well,
too.
just remember,
That
but
ain't fair, that
Nefertiti,
ain't fair to
just
me.
remember, just remember, just remember. I just want Nefertiti to remember. That's why I started out the conversation saying about men being insecure. That's why I tried to start it out with that question. I wasn't trying to exclude men. If I
Right.
start out by saying, hey, men who do this are insecure.
Yeah.
I'm saying, yes, men are definitely insecure. The whole point is, I don't see men in well, I can't say men not in makeup because I'm living close to Atlanta. So I can't say that. But yeah, because they are in some high heels and stuff. But the whole thing is,
look, this platform, we love everybody. We love everybody. I just want to say that.
They coming after Mike. Well, they coming after. They finna knock it to the door.
Let me tell you something. I'm just sharing my personal experience. The LGBTQ. I love the community. Okay, I love the community. To me, I'm gonna, you know, these people. I'm not gonna name any names, but two people, transgender, has checked on me when I was going through some things. They really are, you know, they're my friends to this day. They're not friends, they're like my family, you know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to say that we love all communities, and I just wanted to just make sure I say that.
Yeah.
Because I love them.
Yeah, I think, I mean, I have to agree with you with some of the men's insecurity. I mean,
Yeah.
I hear some guys that hate that they're a woman making more money than them, man. I'm like, that is
stupid. Like, you know. And to piggyback, Michael, welcome back. To piggyback, Michael, you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. When it comes to insecurities with women, what I do see, unfortunately, young women, young beautiful women, taking care of men. Now, we're going to talk. Let's talk. Let's just not talk about no filters. That's sunflower seeds. That's sunflower seeds. As they say, penny change. Sunflower seeds compared to what is the main root of the issue. I never consider myself as no whatever have you. But however, I've never had to settle, whereas I feel like I want a man or need a man in my life because I just need a man there. And I'm going to, if you're not going to do this or do that. No, I believe in 50 type situation. No, I don't believe if you're a woman, the man's supposed to. No, I don't believe in that. I think that today's times, both a woman and man need to contribute to the household and make it going on. I do. That's just me.
I got a problem with that, Shakir. Nephew, I got a problem with that.
You do?
Yeah.
I've been working since I was 16 years old. I have
I,
no problems with working hard. I mean, you know, we work hard.
I got a problem with that. And let me tell you why. Uh, I respect my wife's independence. I want her to live her life the way she want to live it, as far as her career wise, so on and so forth. But there's certain things that I feel my wife shouldn't do, right? And that is pump gas. That is go out and hustle, protect, provide. Those are my biblical obligations. That's what the Almighty put on me.
Yeah.
Now, if my wife choose to help, you know, I'm not gonna say no, but I prefer her to just chill, right? Let me do that, because that's what I was charged with doing. And so
Yeah.
when I go to the gas station, I see this dude sitting over in the damn passenger side and his woman out pumping gas. I got a problem with it.
Right. That's not it. Nah.
I got a problem with that.
I agree with you with that. I'm not pumping no gas if I got no.
You
I
know,
agree with you. Yeah.
if your woman is out busting her ass and you sitting at home playing video games, I got a problem with that.
Me too.
You know,
That's bad.
so
But
that's why I disagree with that. It's happening. What you're saying is facts,
it's
but I got
that
an issue with that. Yeah, it is.
to me,
But-
and that's just my own personal opinion.
Mhm.
Don't get me wrong. These things happen in the household. The household works. It works.
Mhm.
They do what they got to do to make it go on. But that's just me. You know what I'm saying? But piggybacking on what Michael was saying, as far as, you know, we're not choosing here, there, or this person or this community of people. We're saying in general what is lacking with the women. But I just have to also, I'm a woman, and I have to also make my stance on it's both.
Yeah, I would agree. It's going to show itself in different ways in different genders. Of course, men are not going to be, you know, doing the same thing as women if they're insecure. They're going to show it in other ways. But just remember, everything is opinion here. There's nothing 100%. And not
Exactly.
to
Yeah.
mention, I just want to make this known on camera. My opinion can always change with more evidence.
Yes.
Just because I have an opinion of something right now doesn't mean like, oh, I'm holding this to 88.
Mhm.
No, it just means that right now, my perception of things is this, and that is my opinion. You give me some more evidence,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
my opinion will change right around. Like, oh, well, whatever.
Mhm.
I mean, I used to be Christian.
Mhm.
We
Me
grew
too.
up
Now,
Look, me too.
straight up atheist. I used to say agnostic, straight up atheist. Like,
what changed you? What changed you, X?
Wait, you asked
no.
Michael that. You don't want to know what I'm going to say.
Yeah, hold on. I'm about to get to you next. What changed you, Mike?
Living life and just growing up and realizing that stuff doesn't happen that way.
Yeah.
Really watching a person like my mother, who totally believes in praying for everything and not doing too much else,
Yeah.
and just looking at her closely, like, I mean, you know, for a long time she's been in the church. I'm sure Nefertari can, well, she knows. But the whole thing is, I would think it would have to be that. Growing up in the church, seeing it firsthand and experiencing it firsthand, and seeing that it doesn't work like that. Something works, but it's definitely not in that Bible from what I see. My
What about
spiritual
you?
book is
I was asking Neffy, what about your beliefs?
Let me say, Michael and I, we grew up in church. We went to the same church as little kids, and we both. I think that's one of the reasons, the huge reasons why we linked up as adults because I think the last time I saw Michael, I'm going to say what? I was probably like in my teens, early teens. And after that, we linked up, of course, social media, Facebook, we linked up with that. And we started to communicate with each other again. So then realized that our opinions is definitely on the same level of things. I feel personally that religion, period, is nothing about divide and conquer. I just feel like it's just nothing but that. The rich stay the rich, or the middle. Oh, it doesn't matter if you're rich or the middle class or whatever have you. The top stay on top, the bottom stay on bottom. Enough said. Um, Dividing the conquer, greed is what I've seen. I feel like spirituality was taken from us, from a lot of our ancestors, and we was forced to have this religion of Christianity on our people, and that's just what it was. And it hasn't done nothing. Like Michael said, it has done nothing for our people. I think spirituality is lived within ourselves, within our hearts. And yes, I do believe there's a higher person, higher divine above us. But when it goes into all the other stuff, leave me out of it. I'm gonna cut the show. Like just like how I respect a person speaking about whatever, respect me, and it's all good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm about peace. I'm about love. I think that, you know, for the time that I've really been out of church for a good amount of years now, I've shown more love than a lot of Christians that I know. So I feel like I think you don't have to put on the show and I go to church, I have the Holy Ghost or speak in tongues. Look, whatever floats your boat, I don't really care about that. My thing is, how are you behind the scenes? How are you outside of the church? You want to jump up for joy and all this stuff. A lot of people like to do things for show. I don't give a crap about that. Okay? And that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's all about your heart. It's all about you. And Christianity have done not one thing for me. Okay? And that it is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm a Christian.
Friends, you're my friend, you're Christian.
Oh yeah, I love both of you.
I love you like my brother, and I have so many great people. And like I said, I guess it comes from the level of maturity. A lot of times, a lot of Christians, too. Not a lot of Christians. I'm sorry. Let me back up. A lot of people who are Christians, or some people who are Christians. My experiences has been personal because they thought, "Oh, if you're not Christian, or we can't," all right, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's not about that. God, at the end of the day, God is about love, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, what happened to love? What happened to love?
Mm-hmm.
I agree. Well, I'll put it to you like this. I usually don't have a problem communicating with Christians, but I think that they might have a problem communicating with me. That's where, once you actually put it out there, I'm an atheist, it's like, they get kind of scared.
I don't have a problem communicating with you, brother. I love you, man. I think
if you want to talk about religion, we want to know nothing. We all love each other. We done did a podcast before. It's all good.
Yeah, this family here, man, and I respect that. Back when I was in college, and I'm gonna make this short. We used to have this round table, and it used to be Christian, Muslim, Catholics, atheists. All of us should sit down and kind of share our opinions on stuff. But at the end of the day, everybody believed that there was a higher being, and we was good friends. We still good friends today. So, like you say, to each his own. Just learn to respect one another, and let's keep it moving. All right, Mr. Michael, back on you, brother.
Oh, what were you saying?
I say back to you.
Oh, okay. Well, back to our original topic. I think Nefertiri actually says something here that's good, and it really is that who really cares? But that's what these platforms are for. They're to iron out little things like that, little niche topics, just to see where everybody's coming from, see what their opinion is on it. But in the grand scheme of things, how does it matter?
Mm-hmm.
What does it matter?
Mm-hmm.
The whole thing is, I don't want anybody, especially women, because it affects them more, to feel like they're not enough of. And I think that's what social media and seems kind of like the whole government is kind of pushing. Now, I could be wrong. It's just my opinion. And like I said, my opinion can change. But it just seems like it's affecting women more than men. But I don't want anybody, men or women, to feel like they're not enough of because they just can't take a picture because they don't have a filter on it or they're not this enough, whatever that may be. I just want people to be happy. And I mean truly be happy, not just smiling on a picture on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
I mean actually be content with yourself. And sometimes that takes a little extra work. But in the end, we all can achieve that.
Mm-hmm.
It's not out of our grasp. And I think conversations like this will actually help with that. Because a lot of times people don't want to talk about this. Or if anything, it's talked in little groups, small groups, and it's never let out into the public. But in the end of all things, hey, I like them pictures. Show your thongs, whatever you want to do. I want to be pressing like. So whatever you want to do, ladies, do it. But the whole thing is just don't feel less than.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the whole thing that messes a lot of people up is comparison. Like if I was to compare myself to a billionaire or millionaire, I might as well just, it's over. But the whole point is, who knows what's going to happen in the future? You just can't compare yourself. Just live. Be happy, be content, try to be the best version of yourself, and put that out there to the world. All right, what were you saying, Nefertiti?
I wanted to say something to piggyback what you said because it just hit my spirit just now. Um, I want to say because we talk about the women. Well, that's what we were talking about in the beginning. That we kind of went back and forth, but um, there's a lot of women out there who have a darker skin complexion, and they were raised to feel that their skin complexion was not beautiful. We all know that. Um, I personally have never. I am a darker. I'm not light skinned. I'm brown. I'm brown skin. But you have a lot of darker skin complexion women, probably even the same complexion as me, that feel like if they wasn't light skinned, that they was not considered beautiful or pretty. Okay, it is what it is. That we can go to the Jim Crow era. Okay, that's what we were taught. That if that's what it was, that's what it was. And I think that has another thing to do with the the today's women too, when they're doing things. Yes, I am 50%, 52% Nigerian. I don't know how true it is, but I accepted it. And I've never had no problems with myself. Yes, my nose is not no European nose. I know small. I love my nose. It's really huge, but I love it. But you got people who have been raised not to love their skin complexion, their features, and that's where the problem is when you go into these types of filters. When you say filters, to me, an enhancement is a filter. Lightening your skin is a filter because it's not who you or who you would be if you didn't do it. If you was born into this world like the way you was, and you have to do something to enhance your so-called self, that plays a lot into the situation. And I didn't start learning about this until I actually got to be an adult. That a lot of women have dealt with that complex, and it's very sad. And this is why I promote darker skin complexion and beauty. And I do that. Michael, I post all kinds of pictures of, I mean, blacker than black. I love it. I think it's beautiful in myself. And like I said, I think that's a lot to piggyback with what you were saying. Unfortunately, a lot of women had to deal with that because I was told that back in the day, the average boy didn't go for the darker skin complexion women. They went for the lighter skin complexion. Like I said, if you do your research and and research the Jim Crow era, you will understand that's where a lot of this came from for us to be divide and conquer too. I'm better than you because of this or because of that or whatever happened, and that's just not the case. And so I definitely promote all skin colors, all everybody. Even if you're not black, you're beautiful. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter of who you of what color you are. It's who you are. It's your character. It's your personality. It's your spirit. And I just want to leave it at that because I know we're gonna go on and on and on and on. And I do have to go, guys.
Right.
I actually wanted to say that before I left.
That was well stated, my sister. That was well stated.
Thank you.
Am I frozen? Can you guys see me?
You are frozen on the screen, but go ahead, do the break dance. Do it.
Nah, you can't see me at all, can you?
Yeah, we can see you.
We can see you, but you're frozen.
Let me see.
No,
Go
just say
out
what
and
you
come
can say.
back in. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you put that pretty good. That's some truth to it too. But who is teaching this? Who is teaching this to these young girls, man? I mean, where are they getting
it started with the Jim Crow era.
Right.
The Jim Crow era. It was designated and it was taught to our ancestors in the slavery times that if you put the black Americans against each other, you will be able to conquer what you want to conquer out of them. And that was so the lighter skin complexion was considered in the house type work. In the housework was 9 to 10, 9 to 10 these lighter skin complexion people were with the ones that these so-called masters that was owning these slaves was raping the women. Okay, it was raping the women. They was impregnating the women, and they would actually bring them in the household with their wives. The wives knew, about what was going on. Here you go. We just had George Washington holiday. George Washington was a man who was and who impregnated a slave, had many kids with her, had her and the kids and the children in the household. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so, and the Jim Crow era didn't come till years later after the when the slave proclamation. Yes, the Emancipation Proclamation.
I know what you mean. I got you.
Right. Yeah, the emancipation or whatever have you. When it ended, it came later, a little bit later on after that, and that's it came before that. I'm sorry, it came before that and after it. But when he stated that and he planted that seed, it definitely was able to go generation after generation and affect generation after generation up until unfortunately we got it. Children now, it's sad. You can just do your research on it and it will tell you about some children who have been dark skinned and They felt like they was treated bad because of their complexion. It's fucked up. It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's terrible. You know.
But
Um,
that's where we as parents who know better come
and,
in
and,
and
and, and
change.
we don't know that. And that's what I'm saying. You got parents who don't know better because they was taught by their parents or their parents that if you had a darker skin complexion, you wasn't considered beautiful. If you had kinky hair, my hair, I don't know if you ever said my hair is like afro. If you had afro like my hair, you was considered like, oh, you don't got the good hair. And I have a cousin in the South right now. One day years ago, she's from the South. You know, I'm born up north, so you know my perspective is different from the outlook of the South. But one day she said to me, "Oh, her hair was peasy," and I said, "Peasy, and that's not considered cute or beautiful because if your hair was not straight or not a certain texture, it was considered not to be appealing." And I think there's something it to this day is affecting us. That Jim Crow era. Research it. Where's Michael? Michael didn't come back yet.
Yeah, I think he
You
having
can end the show. We're gonna go ahead on and end the show
I think he
because
having
my son should be coming in now.
okay, I think he having some technical issues. Well,
Okay.
that was a good topic.
It really was. It really
yeah.
was.
And that's you know, the Jim Crow Willie Lynch area. I guess that's
The Jim Crow Williams
podcast that we probably need to get more in depth with.
Definitely we could do a part 2 next week.
Yeah.
Y'all come, make sure y'all follow us and stay tuned and comment.
And if you comment, let us know what y'all want to hear. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let us know what y'all want to hear. We can talk about all things. You know, if you want to come and join us on our show, doesn't matter. Please join us. We'll send the link. In the comment section, just click on the link, and we'll definitely we'll love to have you on and to join us and bringing in the content that we're trying to do out here. You know what I'm saying? And again, nothing is limited, and we love and we do. Our first priority is to have respect for people. And and that's what it is. If we feel like you're not being respectful, we you're not gonna be on. And that's just that. But if you want to definitely be intrigued and interact with us, please do so. We would love to have you. God bless y'all.
All right, Neffy. I guess I'll catch you next week, my sister, and hopefully Mike will be unfrozen. You know, so I guess I'll check you later. Talk to you.
All right, God bless. Love and love to you.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.